Since Biba Laptops debuted, we have been with you for 6 years. From cheap and inferior laptops to superb laptops with high prices, in this 6-year period we have tested lots of laptops. Over 6 years, I have been wondering that which is the best among all those gaming laptops. I once wanted to buy all flagship gaming laptops and show you their performance, but I was scared by the daunting price. I gave up the plan. Maybe the video about 4 best flagships can be made in mobile phone circle. However, this year witnessed a favorable turn. Thanks to your support of Biba Laptops, we bought 4 flagship gaming laptops. All things are well with money. So today let us assess 4 flagship gaming laptops. What? Do you mean 4 laptops are not enough? Well, I will assess 7 flagship gaming laptops once. Which is the best of 2021? Biba Laptops starts to assess right now. I will introduce their brands one by one. They are Dell Alienware X17R1, Acer Predator Helios 500, Asus ROG Zephyrus S17, Razer Blade 17, MSI Raider GE76, Lenovo Legion Y9000K, and HP Omen 17. First I will show you their specs. This year all flagship gaming laptops have the best 11th Gen Intel Tiger Lake mobile processor. Some has i7, some has i9 with overclocking. The best mobile RTX 3080 16 gigs. RAM is 32 gigs. HDD is 1 terabyte. Their screens are diverse. Of course their prices deserve these specs. The cheapest one is priced at more than $2,440. As usual, first is the exterior. Some laptops are quite special in size and weight, as every brand has its position on the flagship. Among 7 laptops in this video, 2 laptops are hefty. One has normal size, the other 4 are smaller. The biggest one is Acer Helios 500. Its height comes to 35 mm. Although it's not as big as Clevo, it looks old-fashioned. Its style is similar to Predator. Metal lid and plastic panels. Gray and black finish. Blue exhaust vent fin. Except keyboard and power button, touchpad and sides have belt lamp. The logo will change color based on its mode. Excellent lighting. Another hefty laptop is HP Omen 17. But it's thinner than Helios 500. Its height is about 28 to 30.4 mm. It's a bigger version or extra large. From our detailed assessment before, it is the most low-key in color and lighting. Next one is not so impressive. MSI Raider GE76 is about 23.6 to 26.2 mm high. Looks so fierce. In the middle of the lid is the dragon logo. The rear looks like a supercar. The metal base panel and lid don't get dirty easily. The lamp strip in the front is favorable with the fluctuation effect. This laptop is thinner than the former. The height of Zephyrus S17 is about 20.4 to 23.7. On the left of the lid is laser etched. The right is the glossy ROG logo. But it can't give out light. What a pity. Open the laptop and you'll find the keyboard can be raised at an angle to improve cooling. The keyboard has a skin-like coating. Feels nice but easily stained by fingerprint. The lighting is simple. Only the keyboard has aura effect. Seems like a business laptop. Legion Y9000K has the same business style. 20.4 to 23.6 mm height and no more details to say. Because it looks just like Y70OOP, metal lid. Thinner body, but unlike Zephyrus S17, its RGB is the coolest. The keyboard, sides, 4 vents and the logo all have RGB. You have various options to customize. Alienware X17 is really thin, 20.6 to 21.7 mm. Thinner than M-series flagship. Besides, only X17 has white finish. It may receive lots of likes from girls. Alienware works well this time in lighting. The logo, keyboard, and rear all have controllable light, and the touchpad too. Worth its reputation. Razer Blade 17 is the thinnest. The height is about 19.8 to 20.1 mm. Razer has the title of Dark Black MacBook, with CNC chassis and anodizing treatment. Its texture is terrific. It is also the only one without exhaust vents on both sides. I worry about its thermals. Only the logo and keyboard have RGB lighting. It is not dazzling like other laptops. Well, the exterior part has ended. Which one is your type? Tell me in the comment whose exterior is your favorite. I'm supposed to assess their portability. But I want to say all these laptops are bricks. None is convenient. Without adapter, the lightest Y9000K is 2.5 kilos. The heaviest Helios is 4 kilos. You may think 2.5 kilos is light, but it's hard for adults to pick it up with one hand. Check out the Apple flagship. 2.2 kilos. 300 grams less than the lightest one. Not to mention these have to work with a power brick. If with the adapter, Y9000K and Blade 17 are the lightest 3.5 kilos. Heavier ones are Zephyrus S17, GE76, and Omen 17. The last are X17 and Helios. Here are more details. The most delicate is Razer Blade 17, whose braided wire looks classy. Y9000K, Zephyrus S17 and GE76 have same 1 kilo adapter. Lenovo is thinner and wider, while ROG and MSI are thicker. The power line of GE76 is short and its power port is at the rear, so high desk may be inconvenient. The other three are wild. The 330-watt adapter of X17 is unmatched with its body. Omen 17 still uses the Hammer power brick. It's redesigned in line with the new Omen. Really big, just like a NUC mini host. The biggest is Helios 500. Two 330-watt adapters. More than 2.5 kilos. One adapter can enable performance and hypercooling modes. GPU power is not high as last year. 2 adapters may be unnecessary. Maybe it's for mini LED and high-consumption peripherals. Next comes peripherals. They all have big screens but quite different keyboard designs. I don't like Blade 17. To pursue the thin body, its key travel is very short, about 1 mm. Feels like tapping on a steel plate. Even worse than many low-cost Ultrabook. The layout is also annoying. Half-height arrow keys, no numpad. The key travel of Y9000K is also short. The touch just like Xiaoxin series, not as good as 7000P and 9000P series. But the layout of the keyboard is the best. The key travel of GE76 is acceptable, but the keycap is small. Helios 500 has the longest key travel among membrane keyboards. Better than others, its WASD and arrow key can be replaced with pressure-sensitive switch. So linearity control can be made in racing games. It can be a selling point. Omen 17 and Zephyrus S17 have optical switch. HP rebounds harder while ROG softer. Zephyrus S17 has a convenient volume roller. About the layout, Omen 17 doesn't have a numpad. Zephyrus S17 has special mapping. Neither is ideal. X17 has Cherry MX, with 1.8 mm key travel. The trigger force is big, and rebound crisp. It's overall good. To leave room for the fans, it doesn't have a numpad. Only Helios 500 has physical touchpad buttons. It feels average but comes in handy. GE76 and X17s feel smooth, but smaller. Blade 17's presses feel stiff. Omen 17 has empty key travel because of assembly. Not good. Zephyrus S17 has the largest touchpad, and the best tapping feel. Y9000K is as usual. Next is I/O. These laptops are not so different. X17 has 2 USB Type-A, and most ports are in the rear, which is inconvenient. Y9000K has same problems, but it has lighting prompts as plugging and more ports than X17. Omen 17 has 3 exhaust vents, so most ports are on the left. But it only has 1 Type-C. A bit few. Helios 500 is the biggest, but it doesn't have many ports. The port space for Zephyrus S17 is limited. We could notice its crowded left side. Blade 17 is the thinnest, but its 2 sides are not placed with exhaust vents. It's more spacious than ROG. Regular level. The ports of GE76 are evenly distributed on 3 sides. And it has Type-C that GP series don't. As for PD charge, 3 thicker laptops don't support PD, while the remaining 4 do. The flagship must sacrifice the performance if it supports PD charge. If you are in a hurry when you are outdoors, it may be useful. This part has ended. Then comes to test part. Before this, we have to set the mode right. We've emphasized this before. How to adjust the mode of these laptops. We have to talk about the control center first. ROG and MSI enjoy the richest functions. You can customize its performance mode, and set the fan speed separately. GPU overclocking is also applied in the software. It integrates components of diverse functions, maybe because they're PC motherboard manufacturers. Acer and HP are also excellent. Acer can change the boot screen and the switch preset. HP Control Center has CPU voltage control. You can lower voltage for performance. However, they don't have driver management. Razer Hypershift has rich functions, but the performance modes are strange. The balanced mode can only adjust the fan. In custom mode, CPU and GPU can be set separately. But I don't know whether it corresponds to performance or fan. Lenovo has a computer housekeeper. 3 modes can be chosen. Only performance can be adjusted. Fan speed cannot be customized. Alienware is the most special among them. Its function is complete, you don't need to worry. But it often checks for updates when you open it. Its server is at abroad. The speed is very low. You can't use it normally. How annoying. I draw a form about what I said, for your reference. The following tests are done in high performance mode. Automatic fan speed. No hyper cooling. First is CPU. The latest Intel Mobile Tiger Lake H45 processor. 8 cores 16 threads. The difference lies in clock. The first test is Cinebench R20. All laptops performed well in single core. The CPU clock reached the limit. Several i9 laptops with higher clock got about 620 points. i7 laptops got about 580. Comes to multicore. Gaps have shown. The top 4 are Helios, Y9000K, Omen 17, and Zephyrus. The gap is small. The best is Helios with 5,400 points. Thick laptop is superior in performance. Other laptops are worse. In the loop, both X17 and GE76 hit the thermal throttling. Blade 17 is limited to 65 watt because of place 1. So the point is lower. X265 is similar. Helios is at top, 71 FPS. Zephyrus, Y9000K, and Omen 17 were at 69. The gap is close. X17 got 67.8. Blade 17 and GE76 were at the bottom, 64. Next is 7-zip test. In this part, they have different performance. Helios is still at top. Zip 76K and Unzip 92K. Blade 17 and GE76 caught up with them. Zip points above 70K, Unzip 85K. Their place 2 is high, so they have excellent burst performance. X17, Y9000K and Omen 17 are similar. X17 performed well in Unzip, but Zephyrus S17 was a bit inferior. Its Unzip is normal, but the zip didn't come to 60,000. It should be related to its memory. In CPU test, Helios did the best with its heavy body. Next is GPU test. In TimeSpy, all surpassed 12K, except Blade 17 with the lowest GPU power. 140 watt Zephyrus S17 outperformed 165 watt X17. In high performance mode, Zephyrus has minor GPU overclocking, so it gets higher points. Firestrike Extreme is similar. Blade 17 is at bottom, 14,400. The next is X17 around 15K. Others are above 15K. The gap is small. X17 lags because of the hot GPU. Superposition benchmark. Helios got 8,113 points. GE76, Y9000K and Omen 17 are similar, all around 7,800. X17 and Zephyrus got 7,500. Blade 17 got the lowest 7,100. Benchmark is not enough. High FPS needs another function. Mux switch, but only Helios doesn't support it. I asked Acer why. They said 4K 120Hz screen doesn't support Advanced Optimus, so it has no mux. Zephyrus S17 is the same. Zephyrus S17 2K version has mux, but the 4K 120Hz doesn't. Among all laptops with mux switch and hybrid mode are also different. Y9000K and Blade 17 are the best. You can cold swap or hot swap through Advanced Optimus. GE76 and X17 only support reboot cold swap. Zephyrus S17, Omen 17 only support hot swap. Next is gaming test. Online games first. In Dota 2, X17, Y9000K and Omen 17 have over 180 FPS. Lenovo with i7 has the highest FPS. i9 doesn't show up its advantage. The next is Blade 17, GE76, around 170. So close. Zephyrus got 163. Helios got the lowest 129 without MUX. At 4K, GE76 got the highest FPS, almost no different from FPS at 2K. X17 and Blade 17 are at around 160. Helios has only 99 limited by the iGPU bandwidth. The second game is CSGO, which is CPU and memory heavy. At 2K, X17 comes to the top. Next is GE76 and Y9000K. They are all at 530. Zephyrus and Blade 17 got excellent 500. Omen 17 got 478. Helios only got 350. At 4K, GE76 won again with 400 FPS. X17 and Blade 17 come close. Helios got 200. The third is Apex. We throw smoke and use ULT in the training ground to simulate intensive fight. At 2K, Helios got the highest 187 FPS. That means Apex is not sensitive to MUX. Others are close. The lowest Blade 17 got 165. Others are at 180. At 4K, the best is GE76, 105 FPS. Another 3 are around 90. Next is 3A games. First is Tomb Raider. At 2K, 130-watt Blade 17 got 98. Following are Helios and Zephyrus, 104. Helios has no MUX. Zephyrus GPU is 140 watt. The best is Omen 17, 114 FPS. At 4K, they're all lower than 60. Limited by GPU power. Blade 17 got the lowest. Others are close. The game is Metro Exodus, which is GPU heavy. At 2K, even RTX 3080 has only 60 FPS. The best is Y9000K, 70. The lowest is still Blade 17, 62.5. Others are close. At 4K, they all can't run smoothly. Blade 17 is less than 40 FPS. Others are around 44. Gotta sacrifice the graphics. The next is poorly optimized Cyberpunk. 2K Super Preset plus Max Texture. All 3080 mobiles failed. None reached the pass line. This is the FPS without ray tracing. At 4K, the best Helios only got 24.7 FPS. If without DLSS, Cyberpunk with 4K Ultra settings for 2021 gaming laptops is impossible. Last is Far Cry 6. At 2K, the highest is Y9000K, 92 FPS. Zephyrus is at bottom, only 80, for it has no MUX. Helios was left behind. At 4K, MUX doesn't affect much. Helios reached the highest 55. The Blade 17 has the lowest 49. Lower settings may be better. After games, next is content creation. In PS, they're all over 1000. The highest is Helios, 1089 points. The lowest is Omen 17, 1002 points. PS relies on CPU single core, so Y9000K and Omen 17 with Intel i7 fall behind. In A, the best is GE76, 1296 points. X17, Blade 17 and Y9000K are all higher than 1200. Omen 17 is the lowest. I didn't expect Helios as the last but one. After all, it has i9 and 64 gigs RAM. Don't know why it performed bad. And then PR. The lowest is Y9000K, 740 points. Blade 17 got 770. Because of low CPU power, others surpass 800. The highest X17 got 855. In all, they're in line with my expectations. Helios and Omen 17 are typical thick gaming laptops. In benchmarks, they showed their best. Omen 17 has Intel i7, so it didn't do well in single core. Without MUX, Helios can't show its true self in high FPS games. Embarrassing. Next is Y9000K. It has the second cheapest price, and Intel i7. It is consistent in performance, without noticeable good or bad. GE76 is like stronger Y9000K. It ranked first or second in many games. But in CPU continuous performance, it did bad. The overall performance of X17 is average. Because 21mm is quite thin, its performance is good as well. GPU of Zephyrus and Blade 17 are not full power, so the performance is inferior.